Well, right now, Prince Harry is the first member of the royal family, or senior member of the royal family, giving evidence in court since 1891. And Liz, some of the stuff coming out of the courtroom is quite incredible, the things he's saying.
Well, now that he's actually arrived, of course. So yesterday, the judge got very disgruntled because he decided that his daughter's birthday was more important. No worry, mate, you're just the one bringing the action. You might want to show a bit more respect. But now that he has arrived, he's dropping quite a few bombshells, and I think Mirror Group newspapers, their lawyers must be scurrying undercover right now because I think this is definitely more than they were banking on. This quote in particular stands out. This is him giving evidence before the court. Quote, "It was a downward spiral whereby the tabloids would constantly try and coax me, a damaged young man, into doing something stupid that would make a good story and sell lots of newspapers. Looking back on it now, such behaviour on their part is utterly vile." Now, it's no surprise to anyone that the Sussexes are getting out the violin here and somehow making themselves the victim. Yeah. What I don't understand there is how on earth he's blaming his behaviour. So let's say wearing the Nazi costume, getting blind drunk. I mean, it's a long list. He was quite the English lad. And in fact, Brits loved him for it, as did we. Yet he's blaming this on them as if they encouraged me to do it, so then I did it and then they made a story. I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
He goes on to say, since they wrote this about me, I figured, well, I might as well do the crime. And so his behaviour didn't come first. The tabloid sort of stereotype of him was first written, and then he decided, oh, well, if they're going to say that, I might as well play up to it. That's the ultimate victimhood story.
You know what? I don't think he actually believes that, or he may believe it now, but I don't think he would have believed it at the time. I think this is part of the, eventually you've got to believe your own bullshit in order to rewrite history, to convince yourself that what you now think, your victimhood, is correct. As you pointed out, Liz, I mean, it was Prince Harry's loose unit nature that endeared people to him. That was people, he's a bit of a lad, he's having fun, we know he's buggered up a couple of times, but it doesn't matter because we get the idea that he's a human. I mean, he was part of, much like his mother, one of the things that humanised the royal family at a time when they were a bit on the nose, particularly after his mother's death. And to try and blame that on the media, as though he didn't have any kind of licence over himself. He couldn't decide what he wanted to do. He had a chip implanted in his head by the Mirror newspaper group telling him what to do. I will do it for the headlines. Rubbish. And I'm not sure at the time that he would have genuinely believed it.
You know what's amazing about this? He also said in evidence that he described the press as being at rock bottom, but then he said not just the press, the government are at rock bottom. Can you imagine a member of the royal family
everyone's fault but mine.
saying that about the
everyone's fault but mine.